Okay, here we are. We finally got OctoPrint installed on a Raspberry Pi 3, and it's currently printing away here at the moment. This is its monitoring the current temperature, and you see it's moving along there, and it's currently printing a little case. I was able to upload the G-code file here from Cura. This is Cura. This is the file it's printing. And I was able to save that to a file, then upload it to the Pi, and then start printing. And then here we can actually see that, take a look at it, it's just laying down the raft here at the moment. If I go actually open a new tab, go a bit closer. And that printer, as you can hear, is about 5 meters away. But this was my first attempt at setting it all off without actually sitting next to it. Nail-biting stuff. I haven't clicked this before. I don't think I'm going to do that whilst it's printing. I'm going to leave that anyway. So if it wasn't printing, you can actually control all this. You can control the whole rig through keyboard control if you want, which is quite fun with the arrow keyboards. Set up a pen onto it. You've got a very expensive Etch-a-Sketch. In fact, I do intend on printing a replacement for the extruder head that will hold a laser and also a plotter pen, because this G-code file that these machines read, which is apparently very old, dates back to the 50s. This language, this code, it's quite, you can write it once you know it. Anyway, and you can certainly create scripts to churn it out, which is more the point. Once you know it, which is interesting, and this is how all this stuff works, and it's amazing. What else was I going to say apart from this is incredible? Oh, by the way, this is so this is what it is printing. We've already printed this bit here, as seen in the previous video. And the next bit, the reason why it's all broken apart here is because I've exported it from Tinkercad, because you can just select a file in Tinkercad and then go export, and then go selected shape, STL, and then you just open that up in Cura and set up your settings how you want it, and save your file. Bob's your uncle. This version of OctoPrint, or more likely, more to the point actually, my version of Cura, which is the 2.7 version, the profile, the machine profile and everything that it exports is actually, I mean, it's a .cura profile, and which is actually a zip file. You can rename that to .zip, and you can open it, and you can see that it's a text file. But it's a very different format to the Cura 15 point something branch, which OctoPrint supports, and there's got to be a way of converting it, but the .ini files that it does support are a lot more, there's a lot more to them anyway than the basic file created in a Cura profile. Maybe if you try actually in Cura 7 going in and maybe settings, maybe actually going to like turning everything on here so that you've got a recording, so you've got like a preset of everything you can possibly set in here. Maybe that will save it into the profile and have everything that an ini file would have, and it's just a question of kind of converting that, or maybe it's in the same format. Anyway, there you go. OctoPrint, amazing stuff. I love it because although it's nice to kind of sit over there and do it, so I will set it up on the touchscreen, which I'll go over and point. There we go, and the camera is a Logitech C910, which is actually sitting on top of a light. like a USB powered light. It's one of those bio light. It's kind of a phone recharger and everything. I could run the Pi off that actually. Incidentally, if anybody knows, I've seen there is a what do they call it? It's a kind of step down converter, DC to DC converter. I forget the name of it. People give it LM something or other maybe. But that's a DC volt converter, and I was wondering if it's possible to take the 12 volts input from the power supply internally through one of those step down converters to basically power the Raspberry Pi and then mount the Raspberry Pi internally in the chassis. Because that would make a lot more sense and be a lot nicer, because currently it's in a plastic box sat outside and jacked in from the outside, which is untidy, to say the least, you know. Oh, we're getting somewhere, something different happening here. Hang on, let's just have a quick zoom in before I leave it. It's quite a bit of support. No, we're doing the last layer of the raft. I should have changed that. Anyway, there you go. OctoPrint. Let's look at the temperature. How are we doing here? Lovely, nice and steady. OctoPrint on a Raspberry Pi 3 running a Monoprice Select Mini version 2. Thank you for your patience and attention. Goodbye.